In today's video, we'll be learning how to install Panini mIDeal on a Mac. To begin, let's navigate to the top left, select the Apple icon, and then click on System Preferences from the drop-down menu. Then double-click the Network icon in the center of this menu. Here you will see the mIDeal listed as connected at the top of the list to the left, as well as the network information for the Panini mIDeal. What we'll want to take note of on this page will be the DNS server IP address at 192.168.4.1. Although an IP address is displayed up top, that will not be the IP used for connecting to the mIDeal. Now that we have the IP address that we'll use to connect to the scanner, we can close this window out and open Safari to begin navigating to that IP address. Go to the address bar at the top of Safari and type in 192.168.4.1 or whatever other IP address may have been listed under DNS server at the beginning of this video. This will bring us to the mIDeal homepage. You can see a list of different sections on the left side. The only one we will need to enter to configure the scanner to work with commercial capture will be configuration. On this section, we can ignore all of the options on the right and select Connection Parameter Setup. In this list, RNDIS TCP/IP over USB should be selected under USB mode, and Ethernet should be checked as enabled. Go ahead and click Next. On the top of the next page, you'll see the IP address, which can be changed from this page. However, there should be no need to change the IP address, and the other default settings should be fine as well. So let's scroll down to the bottom until we see the HTTPS setting. We will want to change this setting to Use Default Certificate, and that will prompt us with two formats of certificates to download. For Mac, let's select the root CA certificate download PEM format. Safari will save the certificate to the Downloads folder. The new tab that Safari opens can be closed, bringing us back to the configuration page for the mIDeal. Go ahead and navigate to the bottom of this page and hit Set Configuration. This will bring you back to the top level menu of configuration and let you know that a reboot of the scanner is required. We will close this window out and disconnect the power from the mIDeal scanner for about 5 seconds and reconnect it. While we're waiting for the mIDeal to connect after its reboot, let's go ahead and go to the Downloads folder and open up that certificate file that we downloaded earlier. Go ahead and double click on the certificate and the user should be prompted to enter their credentials. Have them put in their password and then press Modify Keychain. After it's been added to the keychain, you'll notice the certificate is still listed as not trusted. Go ahead and double click on Panini Certification Authority. Under this menu, click the arrow pointing to the word Trust, and the top option on that menu, you'll want to change to Always Trust. After we close this window, we will be prompted to enter the user's credentials again. Have them enter their password and click Update Settings. Now that the certificate is installed in the keychain and set to Trusted, we should be ready to scan in commercial capture. However, I'd first like to make a note. Since we've set the Panini mIDeal to use HTTPS, if you'd like to get back to the configuration page on the Panini mIDeal, instead of just navigating to the 192.168.4.1, you will have to navigate to https://192.168.4.1. Now that we've verified that the scanner is connecting correctly at the HTTPS address, we can close this page out, reopen Safari, and navigate to the commercial capture page. Before we are logged in would be a good time to ensure that both of the blue flaps on top of the mIDeal are in an open position. if these flaps are closed whenever the scanner is initialized in the page itself, you will receive a feeding error. Once on the login page, have your merchant input their credentials, and once we are logged in, we will check the profile to ensure that it is set correctly to use the Panini mIDeal. Now select Profile in the top right corner of the page. Ensure that the scanner is set to Panini mIDeal and that the IP address is set to 192.168.4.1 or any other IP matching the address that we received in the first part of this video listed under DNS server IP. After ensuring all of this information is correct, select Update Profile and hit OK on the prompt. From here, we'll go to Capture and create a new batch in order to test our scanner. Have the client enter the information on the check or checks they would like to deposit for the new batch. Then scroll to the bottom of the page and select Create New Batch. You'll notice the applet that the Panini runs in on the page is very similar to the WebScan applet. Much like the WebScan applet, it as well will immediately initialize upon loading without needing to hit Start Scan. Have the client insert their check face up with the maker line to the right. The mIDeal will pull the item through one time, push the item back out, and then pull it back through and eject it through the flap in the top. As you can see, our item has successfully pulled through and the customer can complete the batch. This concludes the training on the Panini mIDeal network scanner, which does not require any drivers and will work on both Mac and Windows. Thank you for viewing this training video. To learn more, please check out our other training modules. If you have questions, navigate to our Frequently Asked Questions page for commonly asked questions. If you do not see an answer to your question or need additional assistance, feel free to create a ticket on Client Portal.